How is everyone doing today? And in this video, we are going to talk about the banners that are going to be coming out alongside this countdown to the anniversary celebration. I'm assuming because for some reason they're a little later on these. I feel like before we ended up getting these these are the banners coming out, and then we'll start explaining the units. But now I feel like they're doing it in reverse for some reason. Now it seems like they're showing us all the stuff that we're going to get and then giving us these previews. So it makes it a little hard to talk about all the things that are going to come out a little bit before they do come out, but I'm going to go ahead and take from what we see so far, which is Yingxia and Tsukasa coming out, and then same with the Angel Beats collab coming back for the anniversary. This is going to be really exciting for the most part. There is one thing with this, because they don't really show us this anywhere else, that we do need to talk about in case they do bring it, which then I'll talk about those characters in specific. But let's go ahead and start talking about Yingxia and Tsukasa. Now this banner is going to be a little important because we do have our next overwrite. We had our, what is it? We had our Thunder overwrite. I feel like we had an overwrite before this. Am I wrong? I could be completely wrong. It just feels like we have, and I may be wrong. I may be wrong. I felt like we had another overwrite before this. Am I just tripping? I guess I am tripping. It just feels like it's been so much time, and that another overwrite had to have had come out before or after Sharo, I mean. So yeah, I guess Sharo was our last overwrite, so this will be our next overwrite, which is going to be Tsukasa. She will be the dark overwriter. So for those players that are trying to build dark teams, that are trying to brute force because you have a really great dark team, this Tsukasa is going to help out quite a bit, because there's a couple of things that we do need to talk about. Not only is she able to, of course, overwrite for dark, so this is very important as a unit itself. Another thing is that when it comes to dark styles, because of course that's the characters you want to have alongside the Tsukasa, you are going to be able to give frontline hit count up, which is really cool too. The caveat is that yes, it is the frontline, but of course this is just an added bonus for those that are dark already, and you can still add a dark overwrite, which is really cool. She can also give frontline dark attack up. Sadly, again, this is a frontline skill and not a whole team skill or a selectable skill. The other thing is that she can boost up dark allies attack, and also that she can buff her own bonuses with, of course, the limit break 3. So she is going to be pretty much one of the more important characters, again, like I said, because she is going to be our dark overwriter. Right now, if I had to say, I don't think Dark has the most craziest roster, besides of course the unison characters like Ruka, who's able to help out with the dark defense down, plus her EX skill because she can switch between fire and dark. She might be the hardest hitter that we have currently in the game for dark, besides what swimsuit unit came out so long ago, and I have no idea anybody else that is going to be a dark hitter at the current moment, because my mind is going blank. It's been some time. But Tsukasa, like I said, is going to definitely be a pretty important character due to the fact that she is going to be our next overwriter, alongside the many others that we will see later down the line. Yingxia is going to be alongside her on that banner. This Yingxia is actually pretty cool, because I think this is the first time we see this inside the game when it comes to a skill like this. This consumes 0 SP, which I think is kind of crazy, and it's a 1-use skill. Now this move is going to do single target HP ratio damage, so this will do 15% of your target's current HP. I think this is a pretty cool thing to have, and it uses 0 SP, so you could, if you wanted to, use this Yingxia, have the hit count Yingxia, then you just have this skill to use for free because it costs 0 SP, and then you can use the hit count buff on your actual character that you're trying to buff. So this could be a really nice addition for SS1 Yingxia, especially if you interject that EX skill onto her. And not only that, she also has an AoE defense down. Now this AoE defense down, I am not sure if it's stronger than her regular SS1 defense down. I could have sworn she had one. That might be her S version that has that defense down. There you go, 30 to 45% single target, and this one is AoE with 20 to 30%. So you're losing about 10% more defense down if you want to go for the AoE. The only other problem as well is that this is a 10 point defense down, so this is a pretty expensive one compared to 6 SP for one character. So yeah, you definitely want to make sure you have a bunch of reserve, especially because you are going to be using her SS1 EX skill, which of course costs 11 SP, and then you have to worry about the 10 SP here. So it is going to be quite expensive if you're going to be using all of these, but realistically the best thing you could do is have this EX skill, which is free for the most part, 0 SP. You can only use it once, which makes sense because this is a pretty nasty amount of HP you're going to be draining off of the enemy for free, and then you have the hit count buff from the regular Yingxia. So these two characters, honestly, really nice to have on one singular banner. You have a Dark Overrider, and then you have pretty much a what is it called, buff to SS1 Yingxia in a way, if you don't want to go down the SP route with regular S Yingxia. And then she also has her passive where she's able to give up her bonus I guess you say attack up effects, so her EX skill is going to do more boosting for your allies if you put it on this Yingxia. So it works very well together when you have both the SS1 Yingxia EX skill and then you have whatever else you're going to be putting on the characters when it comes to the common skills or anything else that Yingxia might have. So this is going to be a pretty nice banner to pull on. I don't know the full timeline of banners that are going to be coming after this specific one. So it is going to be a little hard to judge if they're worth pulling on, because we do have quite a roster of banners that we are going to be looking at, and I know I am covering some of them over here. Right now we're pretty far down the list, but we are backtracking in some ways more than others. Currently we are around this area where we have the Isuzu Minori. Funny enough, Hisame right here is an ice overrider, so that is one thing that is to note, that we could be getting Hisame very soon, because she is going to be our ice overrider, because we are in that general area. As you can see, we are skipping through back and forward between different banners. This is the Yingxia and Tojo banner that we have, and then the next banner, or the banner we're on right now, is Chiroru and Maki. So we're bouncing around quite a lot. And not only that, besides having our ice override, which is Hisame, we also have Yuki Unison coming very soon. We also have Sumomo SS3, who is Pierce Crit, that will be coming out in the future, and Aoi, who is going to be coming out, who is a definite must pull, a crazy character to have on your account. We'll talk about all that soon, but this is just to let you know what we could be seeing very, very soon. You can see Ruka Diva here. There's just a lot of things that are going to be coming our way eventually. This isn't anything to scare anyone in regards to, okay, if you pull on this banner, you won't have enough for any of these. Remember, we are going into the anniversary, so you should expect quite a bit of rewards. I'm not going to lie. Especially with what we've been getting already. I'm pretty sure we'll have a good amount of pulls to be able to spare between a bunch of different banners. But we do have some hard hitters like an Ice Overwrite, Unison Yuki, who isn't the most important thing in the world, but because you know who I am, I'm definitely getting Unison Yuki. And then Aoi, who's definitely going to be a really big banner for us in the future. And same with Ruka Diva. But besides this banner, because this is all we know so far, I haven't looked at anything else. If there's something I am missing in regards to units that should be coming out that we have confirmed, please let me know in the comments. I would love to see that so I can talk about it in another video. But the next thing is going to be the Angel Beats Redux, or the reintroduction of Angel Beats. And if I'm not wrong, this means that both Kanade SS1 and also Yuri SS1 should be coming back as a banner alongside the brand new Irie SS1. Now this Irie, we didn't have initially. The really weird thing about this banner, or the banner that we are going to be looking at, is that if you take a look to the Angel Beats banner coming back on JP, Angel Beats 1 had Irie alongside it. So this means for people that had Kanade SS1 and Yuri SS1, remember Yuri, we got her for free. Irie is sadly going to be a part of that banner, so you are basically pulling for a character that you already kind of have, or the banner is what you already have, which kind of sucks in my opinion. I do think this is a little hard to pull her, just because of her being on the banner of characters we already got. Yuri was for free, and Kanade was there too if you pulled Kanade. If you didn't pull Kanade, then right now might be the best chance, because now you have 3 really good characters you could potentially pull. And then Yuri, most people have her, but if you don't, then you have a banner of 3 really good characters. Yuri's still good to this day. She still hits really freaking hard, and not only that, she's able to raise devastation by quite a bit alongside of being an attacker. So she's just a really good character overall. Kanade is a really nice character, gives herself Mind's Eye, and can give what we're going to talk about in a quick moment. The reason why most people should have pulled Kanade is for a unit in the future. And then Irie, the character that is confirmed to come, is going to be a really good defender. She has a normal common skill where she can do damage, but the main thing is that she gives herself defense up and provoke for 3 SP. This is really cheap for a really quick tank. And then her EX skill is really nice too. Party DP recovery up to 1,500 and can overheal by 150, which is really cool. And then 3 turns of party defense up. This is really nice, especially for certain score battles where some of the enemies are going to hit like a truck. So this is a really good EX skill, not even to complement a lot of the really good skills that her S has as well, with her being able to give attack down, which is really nice, and also for her to be able to heal frontline defense up and party DP with her S. So she has a lot of really good skills that she can pop, but the main thing that is really strong is that she has a one-time use of self break guard. Anytime you are above 50% DP and you are supposed to break, you will not break. So this keeps your shield on, stopping you from having to res yourself for the most part, being able to give you back your DP shield like with Tama SS1. This is going to completely negate that break and keep you at like 1 DP, which I think is a very strong thing to have and a really good defending skill. She's a really strong defender without a doubt. Like I said, the only problem is that she will be a part of the banner alongside Yuri and Kanade, so it kind of does suck. Now there are 2 things that could change. One thing is that it stays that way, and you know, if you don't have them, then maybe you get 3 cool banner units. But if not, she's kind of stuck on this banner. I have no idea how we're supposed to get her at that point, because I feel like it's kind of weird to try to pull on Kanade and Yuri when we already have them, right? But this is the other thing. You know how we get shared pity if we have a banner that runs at the same exact time? Around the time that the banner came back, we got a second banner with the SS2 version of Kanade and Yuri. Now, this Kanade and Yuri, this Yuri specifically, not the craziest in the world. She introduces super break to the ice team, something that one of the Yukis does for the light team. Not necessarily the most needed thing in the world. Is nice to have, can be really cool, can definitely put some potential out there, but isn't the big hitter of the banner. But neither is Kanade either. But this Kanade is really good too, especially if you went ahead and got Kanade SS1, because this means that Kanade can take this self Mind's Eye move and use it on Kanade SS2, which is always a really good thing. Opens up a spot on the team. This Kanade works around her health or her DP to be able to do more damage. The more DP you do, the more damage you do, which I think is a really good thing, and I think it hit for a crazy amount. The really cool thing with this is that if you hit 150% DP, you get max damage, and she has many ways to help herself with that, with a recovery skill that's 4 SP, really cheap, and can get her to that 150% max DP, which is really nice. And then she also has a regular 2-hit AoE attack for grinding purposes. And then she just has her EX skill that uses her DP thresholds to give her more damage. Now, the one really nice thing about this is that she gives herself or the party ice attack up, and then on level 3 limit break, she's able to give herself healing every turn, which I think is actually really crazy. It doesn't seem like you have to be in the front line. She just gets it no matter what. This allows her to heal herself and not need consistent healing from an outside source, so that you're able to keep that 150% max DP threshold. And it looks like it overheals as you go by each turn if she doesn't get hit. So this allows her to just always keep up that 150% max DP ratio, and allows you to do a lot more damage with her EX skill. Like I said, you really want Kanade SS1 so that you have this self Mind's Eye, so that Kanade SS2 can thrive for the most part. Now, the good case scenario is that Yuri, Kanade, SS2 share pity with the SS1 banners. That way you can try to shoot for Kanade SS2, Yuri SS2, and then try to bag yourself an Irie for free off of the under banner. That's what I'm hoping for. That would be the best thing in the world. Now they haven't confirmed SS2, Yuri, and Kanade, sadly, so I have no idea if they're going to do it. But if we go by the schedule of how it's supposed to be, Yuri and Kanade should be coming out alongside this new Irie banner. But of course, time will tell. We will have to wait until Heaven Burns Red posts a timeline update or some type of schedule that tells us if we are going to be getting, you know, more characters or what events are going to be coming out in the future. But that's pretty much it when it comes to talking about Yingxia and Tsukasa and also the Angel Beats characters. Other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know how excited y'all are for the anniversary, which characters you're thinking of getting, which characters you're saving for, all that different type of stuff. I'll see y'all guys in the next one. Peace.